whatever your time zone may be, it doesn't matter. You're here for VRL and VRL only, and we're here in Hungary, just about to start the Hungary GP. We've got a cracking title battle on our hands, and after the disqualification has been removed for Steve, he's right back in the championship. And it should be an absolute cracker of a race, and yeah, we're looking forward to this one. Just needs to go to spectator menu, or else I'm gonna be driving. That's not what you want. Yep. We're still waiting on one driver. I believe that's Mark. Could be wrong. No. Oh, everyone's here. Just to see, I'll run you through the grid here. We have Jofi and Marco in the Mercedes. Then we have in the Vrl we have Jamil and Chris as a reserve driver. The usual pairing of Phil and Yoda in the Rabil, and then we have Zev and Stein in the Force India. And then we have John. Alright, I think I can't have enough time to run through the grid. Steve and Chevy should be also contenders for the constructors, also if they can keep up and keep momentum. In Hungary, Negadic. Steve has been given a qualifying ban to compromise for his race ban in Baku, where he got disqualified. But after reviewing the incident once again, disqualification has been removed and now has been dipped down to another qualifying ban. So he's not allowed to qualify, and only have to start in P20. So that's at least one place for free for all the drivers here. I'm sorry, I'm just gonna put up my put up the chat. Hold on a second, so I can see what your guys are saying. And we have a driver going out. That's Chevy in the Sauber with Red 1 F1 behind him. Sort of putting up the chat. There we go. 10 viewers already. Welcome. And let's just see what the chat is saying. Alright, none of your business asked who's gonna win this time. To be honest, I don't know. We seem to have a very competitive grid this time, so we could have a whole sorts of a whole lot of people could be winning here. You could put money on. You can put money on. I think if I needed to make a bet, I would put money on either Phil, Yoda, Steve, or Marco could also be quick, and you never know. that might be a really crazy race, and we'll have a midfield driver getting up there and taking victory. And then it's really busy at the moment. It's really busy at the moment, and then we'll also speed up telemetry, lap data, yeah. There we go. Micro, inlet or Rosso. And Jamil already has left the session. That's probably disconnects. And these guys are getting a little bit close to each other. Don't hit that curb on the inside, because it'll automatically spin you out. And Ridwan's getting in a dirty out of Chevy, but he doesn't need to move out of the way, because he's permitted to stay in that position, because they're both on a qualifying lap. But just to see, I think, and Micro has retired from the session, and we have a spinner in the name of Ridwan. And has he got damage? It doesn't look like it, but his tires surely are a bit gone for now. And Phil Smith boosts the fastest time for now, and John almost goes a second faster. And then we have Chevy putting up the time of 1:19.8, almost a second slower. Galax also quite a bit slower. These are quite a bit slower than all the time trial times set by all the drivers. And then we have Boyard going out. And then we have the Haas driver, Harry Fish. He's coming up to the line to set a lap time. What's going to be? Is it going to be competitive lap time? He's in the mix. He's in the mix. Can't deny that. Phil Smith with a very slow time, but he's on the medium tires. Let's see who's on the out lap. That's Yoda actually. Oh, there he is. He's still in the pit, so he isn't. So he isn't out yet. He's probably waiting for the track to get optimized. Now we have Stein. He hasn't had many races in Vrl yet. I think he only attended the first pre-season race, but he has been an okay driver. And what? Phil Smith left the session, and that's interesting. To be honest, I hope I'm not the host, because that would mean the stream quality would go right out of the window. But that's really weird. One of the championships contenders out of the race. And I just heard we're getting a restart for some reason. And I heard we're getting a restart. So that might be a bit sad for the pole sitters here. And there's gonna be a restarted session, because there was a mass disconnection. So I'm probably gonna have to leave this session. And oh, Stein Costa actually goes fastest with a 1:16. So there will be a restarted session due to mass disconnection. Yeah, restart. And everyone is permitted to leave. And Galax has left the session. And yeah, a whole lot more drivers leaving the session because they're asked to do so, of course. A whole lot of drivers also getting disqualified. And meanwhile, these guys are getting a bit feisty with each other. Shouldn't matter too much because they're gonna have to leave anyway. But I'm just gonna keep a watch out on this just to see if anything interesting happens. Doesn't seem to be the case for now. So everyone should be leaving. I'm just staying in the session because you probably would rather watch this than just a black, not a black F1 28 screen, but like the 2018 menu. So this is probably better to watch than the menu. So just gonna keep here till the session's gonna get restarted. And that's a real shame, and I wonder how is qualifying gonna go. Are we just gonna do a complete new qualifying? Are we just gonna do a new complete qualifying, or are we just gonna have a one-shot qualifier here? And meanwhile, the driver's just probably having a bit of fun right at this point. It's a bit of a confusing situation at the moment. Just Vrl Smith, owner of this league, sending out the new invites for now, and I'm just waiting here patiently until we get new invites. It's a good chance to maybe run through the order again. I didn't get the chance to do that in the last session, so that'll be something positive. But yeah, mass disconnection, that's the reason for this restart. And I just got my invite, so I'm just gonna go to the new lobby. Don't mind if I do. Just let's see what the chat has to say about this. Of course, I'm really sorry for this unfortunate event, but sometimes we have to deal with the game that Codemasters give us, and sometimes it is like that, and you can't do anything about it. Let's just run through the grid here. We have Marco and Jovi in the Mercs, and then we have this is Chris and Jamil in the Ferrari. Vrl Smith and Yoda Speak should be coming to that shortly into the Red Bull. Xavi and Stein in the Force India. Boyard and Formula 1 News in the Williams. Matthijs in the Renault with Anivero as a reserve driver. Mark and Micro in the Toro Rossos, and then I refer Farish in the Haas for now, and then Galax and Cornell should be getting into the McLaren very shortly, and then I have Steve and Chevy, the Spanish pairing in the Saubers. What's this? 3. Everybody. I hope this won't affect any drivers having to leave earlier. So, yeah. I'm just gonna go into spectator mode for now. Just having a sip of my water. We're missing a few drivers. We're missing Yoda and the Red Bull. Formula 1 news in the Williams. We're missing Mark in the Toro Rosso. And then we miss Cornell in... Oh no, we don't miss Cornell in the McLaren. He doesn't even drive today, I believe. Oh yeah, Yoda's here for now. Then we're only missing Mark in Toro Rosso, I believe, or isn't he? No, he's in driving, I believe, this weekend. And that should be it. Yeah, everyone's here probably. Oh, not everyone's here. Not yet. Still waiting on a few drivers. Just waiting. Just sorry for this very crappy game. Yeah, servers aren't always as good as you probably would like, but we should be getting on our way shortly again. And we're on our way again for qualifying. Sorry for the delay. Very sorry for the delay here. So, same situation out here again. might be a few drivers a bit frustrated at the moment. We have lost 3 drivers actually in the process of having to leave and we're joining another session. That's a real shame. We have the Ferraris going out, I believe. Either Jamil's. Oh jeez, then we have the Haas coming out a bit hard actually. I think Chris is leading the pack for now, having going at track position. After it's a very busy grid. And I'm just gonna focus on Chris for now because he's the one who's probably gonna set the first lap time, and he's on the soft tire, not the softest compound available to us, which you should have known if you watched our video of the VRL race preview. I'm actually driving some. Oh, I'm very sorry. And Vrl was the first one out of the pits, and he. And this shouldn't be happening right now because Steve should have his qualifying ban. Well, this shouldn't be happening right now. He should be in the pits, not driving. And he's gonna take his quality ban. And he's retired from the session. He doesn't harm anyone, so that's okay. Phil Smith and Vrl. So for now, the first driver, probably gonna be setting laps on here. And Vrl, of course, the result of Renault. Once a rebuild driver. Once a rebuild driver. And now, once again, a reserve driver in VRL. Braking. It's often called Monaco without the barriers, but I think overtaking is definitely possible here, especially on this game. In real life it might be a bit harder, but on this game should be no problem. Should be no problem. And Matthias is for now the fastest driver out on track. And Jamil goes fastest with a 116, almost a 116.0. It's a 160.82. It's a 117.4 for Matthias. For every finish, it's a 117.8. And then for Vrl, it's a 118.2. And for Marco, it's a 118.4. And then for Phil Smith, it's a 118.4 also, but only a few tenths behind Marco. And with yellow flags, let's see what the yellow flags are for. Probably just drivers leaving each other through. JV. It's very crowded, you must say. And Phil Smith for now just setting a banker lap on his medium tires. Oh, these drivers are getting a bit close, up and tight, and he pushes him around. And that was John hitting the back of, I believe that's Zef then, it must be, yes it is. Let's see if he got any damage from that. Doesn't look like it. Probably will continue on his merry way, but I think his lap was ruined by that. Of course, the man who I believe hasn't scored much points this season, and the man has been really consistent so far. For, I believe 2 to 3 podiums, I believe, out of my head, and but a victory isn't meant to be for him at this moment. He'll be hoping to bring change to that this weekend, but with the field getting more and more competitive, it might be getting harder and harder. And then Zev spun again, and I think that's gonna really hinder his lap, because considering he's gonna come up to the main straight with a whole lot less speed, than all the other drivers. And it's a 1:19.4 for him. And we have Jamil still on pole, and then a very surprising second place for Motai, who said he wasn't comfortable around Hungary, but he does look like it for now. And Phil Smith goes for another run on a medium tyre, so I still believe this is his first set. Going for another one. Just he's going hot. No, he's going out lap, hot, cool down, and then hot again. With hot I mean hot lap, of course. Braking here, ooh, a bit wide there, but should be all good. And then coming through this very nice flow section of the circuit. On the wheel, it's probably one of the best circuits for wheel drivers. And then he makes a bit early there. You don't want to hit that inside curve. It'll automatically spin you out, and then coming through this very awkward section, you can't overtake it. It's not really flowing, but it's also not very slow. Yellow's getting out of the way, and then we have once again more flowing part of the circuit here, which in real life it's hard to overtake, but in the game it should be a fantastic opportunity to overtake. And he's gone 3 tenths faster, almost 4 tenths faster than his previous lap. And then again, you don't want to hit the inside curbs too much, because otherwise I will spin you out. And then coming here around to finish the lap. Let's see what's going to be. It's a 1:4:18:17, and it's P4 for him for now. And Ferro still on his out lap, and guys like Yoda and Stein. Stein has actually set a lap, and it's P1 for now with a 1:16.3. But Yoda still not going out there, just wasting his chances. Micro, bit of a disappointing season so far. Hasn't scored any sort of form of points yet, and we're looking to change that now. He's a pad driver, and pads, as you always know, is always a bit harder than the wheel drivers. Always, almost on this game, have a full second on you. And it's maybe a problem. Codemasters needs to look at that, because wheel driving is becoming more and more difficult, especially on this game. When I go to the old days on the old gen consoles, the wheel driving was much better, and even on 2015 and 16, it was doable. But now it's almost impossible. But anyway, enough talk about the game itself. Let's go back to the VRL, and Yoda's on his out lap for now, and he'll be looking to set a good lap time. He's on a soft tire, so he skipped his first run and goes for a banker lap on the soft tires. And Jamil's left the session. Our pole sitter for now, or our pole sitter, yeah, has left the session, and that's a bit of a problem. The driver from Brazil is left the session, and meanwhile Jovi goes out again to probably be looking to improve that time of Jamil, who's not even in the session anymore. So as it would stand, Stein would get pole position, and everyone would move one place up, I believe, because even if he rejoins, I still believe he's gonna start from the back, but I'm not sure about that. And Chavi's disqualified. He's gone the wrong way, and then we also have Stein and not Stein, sorry, Matthijs and Cherry hitting each other. Ooh, I think there was an incident between them, and then yeah, your tires too hot and you don't have any grip on them anymore, and then it's all over. And Jovi meanwhile was tired. He was on an outlap. And then they've probably come together, and I mean Matthijs and Vrl, and I mean, if the chat has any sort of questions, be sure to let them know, and I'll try to answer them as much as possible, of course. And Jamil's rejoined the session, out of my sight, but he's rejoined and he's back in it. And then we have Phil, oh not Phil, that's Yoda, sorry, in P5 after sending his first lap time. And Phil still in the pits for now. We're getting closer and closer to the deadline, and this is Chris stays in P10 for now. Also a driver who hasn't scored a point yet this season, and we're looking to improve that result here in Hungary. It's Hungary's. I think he's a pep player, I believe. So Hungary is an okay track for pet drivers. It's not the best, not the worst. At least that's what I have experienced in previous races. And then ooh, Phil going for a buster. Yoda going for a buster around Hungary. Just getting out of the way of some drivers. That's good sportsmanship. And I'm a bit surprised by Matthijs actually. He was ahead of Yoda. Of course, Matthijs is on the softer compound, but still, it's an impressive job. And Phil, this is Crisco. Ooh, was that someone going to the wall? I'm not sure. But anyway, this is Crisco's fastest. Not fastest, but he goes P4. Good result. Ahead of a lot of midfield drivers, and a whole lot of top runners. Of course, that's not top runners only going out for banker laps. And Phil is also on his out lap. P9, he should be able to improve that on this soft compound. Oh, is that a driver glitched or is that a driver crashed? And for some reason I can't focus on him either. I think he's absolutely glitched. We've got yellow flags. I'm just gonna try to see if anyone coming past that point. He seems to be gone. And alright, that's a bit of a weird collision. Coming in, going a bit wide here. Maybe that's a tactic he wants to use. Maybe he thinks I think that will be the quickest way around it. Everyone's got his own interpretation of that. And then coming around here on the soft tires, still not going for the fast tires. I think he'll be just doing one lap on this tire and then coming into the pits to fit maybe a new set of sauce. I know it's something. It's what I addressed in the Vrl race preview. It's the difference between compounds is really big. Of course, you've got I believe the ultra soft and the soft, and the compound difference is like really big. It's not like ultra soft, super soft. It's almost like 1.5 seconds between the ultra soft and the soft, and he goes second place for now. But what I was saying was there's a really big difference between soft and There's really a bit between the ultra soft and the soft. So it's a really interesting prospect. Of course, the drivers that have fitted the ultra softs have much better pace, or can go a little less longer. On the other hand, it's not so hyper soft, which only lasts like 6 laps. So it's a really interesting race for strategy. The main drivers on a flying lap. Matthias P7 for now. Got an amazing P5 finish. Originally was a P4 finish, but after a penalty was removed, it would become P5. But nonetheless, a very good result. And he'll be looking to better that this race. Coming around the final corner, he's on a 1:14 for now, and a bit wide on the exit. It isn't improving of his time. He's 2/10 slower, and that's a bit sad. I don't think he'll be able to get another one in unless he goes. Oh, and Vrl Ps4 goes second. Yeah, still is in the pits. I think he's just gonna leave it for now, actually. And the Vrl reserve driver was a field driver at the beginning of the season, but after an argument with the race directors, he left and then eventually rejoined as a reserve. And I think Yoda's not gonna be able to do another lap, so it's basically Yoda P. Oh, it's heavy! Oh, it's in the middle of the track, and I think he was ghosting for the other driver, so that shouldn't be a problem. Zevi in the middle of the track. And Vrl, also a Pep player. But it was in the middle of the track. I think he ghosted on everyone else's screen. And now coming around the second last corner. And Stein improves his time to go fastest again, and probably be looking to take pole position. Philip, and it's not good enough to not improving of his time. I think that Aura's basically said maybe there's anyone else that can take pole. I think he's not gonna make it. He's not gonna be able to set another lap time. And now I can't move. That's great. John going really slowly, so he's not gonna set another lap time. These guys are finished. Jamil might be getting something back here on the ultra soft side. Let's just go on board with him. Seems to be relatively clean. It's a 26 sector 3 time, and coming in second last corner. I think he's probably one of the last people to be able to get pole. I don't see Vrl getting pole. He's not able to get pole. And coming around the last corner, is it going to be an improvement of his time? Yes, it is. It's a 1:15.8, and that's a whole lot quicker. That's almost time trial times, and that's a very deserved pole of Jamil. And he's gonna be starting at pole position. And we have Stein in P2 in the 14, and then we have Vrl Ps4 in P3, Phil Smith on the medium compound. Then we have on the soft compound, sorry, Jovi on the ultra soft, and then we have Chris on the ultra soft, John on the ultra soft, Matthias on the ultra soft, and then Yoda also on the softs. And I cannot see the rest. Yeah, should be able to run through the order, I believe. And then we have Jamil in P1, Stein in P2, Eriferis in P3, Phil in P4, Jovi in P5, Chris in P6, John in P7, Matthias in P8, Yoda in P9, and Vrl in P10, Marco in P11, Galaxy in P12, Zevi in P13, and then Micro in P14, Boyart in P15, and then Steve, who had a qualifying ban in P16, and then Trevi was disqualified due to the game system, and Steve getting the qualifying ban from us as VRL. So he doesn't start last. He gets lucky in that way. Waiting on the drivers to ready up. So let's not forget, calendar has been cut down. Minimal rounds left. Minimal mistakes must be made. It's a 26 point gap between Yoda and Phil. Any mistake from Yoda, DNFing, not scoring, and Phil winning, or maybe even getting a podium, would put him right back in it. Let's just see. I've just got the championship settings in front of me here. There is a, yep, that's a 5 lap right. And they go out for the formation lap. Let's just run through the championship standings of the top 10. With Yoda in P1 with 84 points, and then Phil Smith in already drivers are getting glitchy in that. Yep, those is qualified. Let's just run through with second place man then. With Yoda in P1 with 84 points, Phil Smith in P2 with 64 points, and then we have Galax with 85 points in P3. Steve also still in the title hunt, could be getting a bit hard, but still in the title hunt in P4. Conyel in P5, Lemmy and Kid in P6, who is not here. Jurassic Mark in P7, sorry, who's also not here. And then we have Zevi in P8 with 24 points, and then Trevi in P9 with 18 points, and then Ansoy in P10 with 14 points. And the drivers just warming up the tires. Should become an absolute cracker of a race. Hank, Matthias and getting a little bit up and close between those drivers here. Everyone lining up to the grid spots. Grid 1, last driver to form up to the grid spots behind Conyel in the Toro Rosso. And he's at his grid spot in P19. And we focus on 5 simple red lights. Hello, well, the 5 simple red lights. Yeah, the 5 simple lights are there. And they go out and away we go. And Jamil should be getting a good start here. Stein. Oh, Zevi's no, he's not. And that's everyone coming into the turn, a bit laggy. And then, ooh, and then everyone getting a bit close. Doesn't seem to be a huge crash. No, doesn't look like it. Yoda, everyone getting through unscathed for now. And, ooh, we have him getting pushed off. And I don't know what happened with Zevi, but he's not at first. And Phil Smith is at first. And he's looking on for a fantastic victory, and we have yellow flag. Where are the yellow flags for? Oh, driver's getting up close and personal. Zevi, Scenic, SVL driver coming to have a look. Always welcome, of course, in the spectator menu with me. Old teammate of mine, good chap. But Vrl Smith in the lead, and let's just focus on the battle for the leader. Stein, of course, Jamil losing the lead, but we're getting it back in. Does he dare it to go for a dive bomb? No, he thinks better of it. But he does get closer and closer in the slipstream. Can he do it now? Phil kind of needs to get there. And the same glitch we had with Zevi, we have again with the glitch we have with Galax last race. We have again with Galax, so that's really unfortunate. Cody's get your game fixed. Battle for the leader. Vrl Smith will be wanting to get a good result. He is, of course, 20 points behind Yoda. Oh! Jamil going into the wall. He's bottled it, and now he's been hit up the rear from Stein, I believe. No, that's not Stein, that's his teammate. And that puts... It was lagging all over the place, but... And now it's back to normal again. Oh, I do realise this is Christian P3. He hasn't scored a point, he hasn't got a point finish all season. He's now P3. Amazing job by the guy. Milan Yoda just making his way through the field. And for the sake of the championship, let's hope Phil wins this race. I'm not preferring. I don't have any preference for anyone to win. The only preference I have is for the championship, and at this moment it will be better to have Phil in the lead and win this race, to have it much better for the championship, have a much closer fight for the championship. But it's not over. Yoda on the soft tyres also doing a worse job than his teammate Vrl Smith. And he's made a good start from P7 to P5. Stein will looking around the outside of third place man. This is Chris. And then we have driver going slowly. That's Jamil, who's clearly gone off it. And then Yoda done the inside of Stein, and they make contact. And it was a bit close, but a very clean move from him, and he goes into P4. He does, yeah, and Jamil's into the pit. Did I miss something here? I'm not sure, to be honest. I want to focus on Yoda. Yeah, thank you very much. Can Yoda risk going for a dive bomb? He really breaks much later than Chris. And it should be looking like another Red Bull on 2 again here. Down the inside. And Chris hangs it around the outside, but doesn't get it quite done. Can he peel something back down the inside? No, he can't. But can he get something back at the main straight? Not the main straight, but the straight again. Doesn't look like he can't. Simply too fast. Yeah, but Yoda makes a little mistake. And can Chris have a look? No, he gets a little snap over still on the exit. That's focusing on any battles. Meanwhile, Matthias is really catching up to him. Catching up to the 4th place and 3rd place man, Chris and Stein. The German, and Chris just pulls over, and I think he was hit from behind, and Matthias should be looking to get around the outside. They're getting up close and personal. And he pulls into the pits. And Matthias is past. Everyone's got another place. Meanwhile, Interference should be going down the inside of Galaxy. He's got the pace. He's got the signal speed down the inside. He's getting pulled off. Ooh, really tight. And then on the exit, can he do it? There's grass on the... There's grass there, mates. And then now around the outside. Can't quite get it though. Great battling. And now on the inside, they leave enough room. They leave each other the respect. And Galax keeps the place for now. This is of course why you get into league racing. This is why you league race. For the free or for the battles, and then Xavi goes low again, glitching all over the place. This is the closest fight on back for now. It's a P4. But I really want a P4 after that one got a bit brutally taken away from him. I mean, the penalty wasn't served right by Kelly's master, so we had to remove it, but it's always sad because you see no driver losing in our place. But as we talk about Matthijs, he pulls into the pits. I think those stops by Chris, Jamil, and all five are always regular stops. Can he pull? And now he's down the inside. Again, it's gonna be the same scenario, but I think he's closer right now. And I think he's got him, unless he pulls something crazy here. He really does break a little bit late, I think a bit too late here. And he's passed. Good clean move. And the Furious is now looking to go to third place man Stein. And the gap is just wobbling all over the place between those, but Yoda is slightly getting closer. It might be another situation where with Canada we also had now Tripoli closing down. It's really getting closer now. It's 2.6 it's from 3 seconds to 2.6. Number 42, the American versus the British driver. Tensions are as high as it probably can ever be. He sets the fastest lap, and Stein goes into the pits. I think it might be a Red Bull driver coming out on top today. And let's see if there are any other battles going on. We have Ridwan. Only oh yeah, that's Xavi. Ridwan only not too far behind. But behind Steve, who's only in P14. Let's just look at the stops. Just detail stops. Yeah. Everyone except Boyard has made a stop, and Jamil already has made 2 stops, so that something happened there. John getting closer and closer. Oh, big accident between those guys, but they are driving. Every Furious goes fastest. It's a good lap time, more than 19.8. And then we have this battle going on again between Matthijs and Chris. And Chris has jumped Stein again. And these 3 men are very hungry to get a podium place. He's in the DRS zone. Don't do anything stupid, mate. You're too far back to make a move. And he realizes that Stein might be able to get something on Chris. I don't think he's close enough to make a move yet, but not close enough to make a move yet, but I think he's close enough to line himself up for a move. What's this? Oh, we had a spinner. We have a spinner. We have a spinner. I don't know who it is though. 2.1 is the gap right now. I can tell you a little bit something about Phil. He's sweating right now. Not only sweating to keep the lap times up, but also sweating because he has the American Red Bull charging in his neck. And Jovi was out from the session. Let's see what happened. I can't go him right now, and he probably just spun coming out of the corner. Micro, just see if we can get a feel on that. Looks like we can't. And Seth finally has retired. Nothing to Seth, but his AI was glitching all over the place, so that's just better. It's just better for everyone. The AI won't bother us anymore, and then we have this battle going on again. Ooh, Boyaden started making contact. And Matthias moves up a place. The two Dutchmen. He loses a little bit of time on the curb there. Meanwhile, the gap between Yoda and Phil is decreasing again a bit. Ooh, a bit wide there. He's in a DRS zone, so he should probably be able to line himself up. He's probably gonna line himself up here to make the move into turn 3. Let's see if he can do that. I think he's a bit too far back. Yes, he is. But I think a move, if he keeps the space up, I think a move is not far away. Let's see the stops. Detail stops. Still a lot of drivers still need to make stops. And the gap between Yoda and Phil's getting closer again to each other. .9 is the gap right now. Are these guys going for a one-stopper? I wouldn't really. I don't know. Can you see what? I think you should be able to see what the tire wear is, isn't it? Yeah, you can't see the tire wear, sadly. Sadly enough, you can't see that. 1.7 is the gap. 7 tenths, and he's in the DRS zone. Meanwhile, interference he's been popping out fastest laps. It's not really getting much closer. We'll just focus on this battle again. It seems like he gets close enough to get to the DRS zone, but then he simply doesn't make enough time to make a move. And Chris and Cornel going side by side. Remember, this is for a podium. Maybe not for Cornel, but it is for Chris. The driver who has been demoted to reserve driver role will be really eager to get a podium, and he's down the inside. Oh, that's really dirty, you must say. He just broke himself, and then ooh, and then they're really catching up to each other. And let's see if anyone can take profit of this. He's gonna have double DRS on double strip steam. And Cornel's frustrated. And he's gonna keep it clean. Oh, no, he isn't. No, Neil makes contact with Chris there. Meanwhile, Matthias is falling a bit behind. We only have yellow flags. Nothing special to be seen here. Locks up. Oh. He's really getting hauled up by Kanyal here. Believe, and the first hasn't made a stop yet, hasn't he? Believe he hasn't. Let's just say no, he hasn't made a stop yet. And Phil Smith has gone into the pits. Phil Smith into the pits. Oh, are you gonna make that medium time work till the end? No, there's no way in hell you're gonna make that medium time work till the end of the race. No way. Sorry. No. Gap interval. Yeah. Meanwhile, Stein has gotten past. Has gotten past Kanyal, and Matthias desperately trying to do the same. Can he take 1 and 2 here? No, he can't. He can't even take 1. Or can he? Yes, he can. And Kanyal's looking to get something back on Kanyal again. Oh, and that's what the hell? Huh? He glitched out, and yeah, nice one, Cody's. Nice one. He simply glitched out, and that's really weird. That's really unfortunate. Also, I must be said, there's nothing he can do. 3-second time penalty for Matthias. Can they get close enough to peel off a move? Kanyal's really not giving them. He's giving them room to battle fair, but he's not just gonna let them by. Is he close enough to make a move? I don't think he is. I think he just gets a little bit too much onto the curb, which loses a bit of time on exit. And I really wonder if he was glitching, or if that really was a mistake by him or Kanyal, or him just simply crashing out. Trying to look for any other battles here. We also have a good battle between Phil Smith and Galax, but I don't think he's gonna be able to keep this up. No, he can't. Meanwhile, it's getting closer and closer between Kanyal and Matthias. Yoda's into the pits. Yoda into the pits, or already out of the pits. Well, he's going to come out. I think he's going to come out ahead of Phil Smith. Come on, give me a good shot. I can't see. He's gonna come out. Yes, Phil Smith is ahead, and he's got traffic to deal with now because Kanyal was Galaxy down in front of him. Kanyal is just not assisting anymore. Let's see. Down the inside, Kanyal looking. And can he get started again on that set? Yes, he can. Good move. Kanyal really fighting for what he's worth. Steve, championship contender. I think if I won my title, I would just let him by. There's no need to fight in this guy because he's, already know he's gonna be faster than you. I've got quite another few drivers to deal with you. If I were him, I would let him go for a DRS. And this man is a bit frustrated, and he's onto the soft tire and not the medium tire. If I were him, I would let him go just before the DRS zone. He would get a nice DRS, and it will be all okay. Meanwhile, interference goes into the pit. Let's see where he comes out. And Matthias is now back to P7. No, nothing happened. No, sorry. Ooh, side by side with that's not Steve, and he lets him go. He lets him go for now, or see, does he fight back? Micro getting lapped in the process, and meanwhile we see Galaxy in front of him. And he's already losing out again. I think Steve is just too quick. He could easily be in the leading position of the championship, but he's missed quite a few races and they didn't really keep it together in quite a few races. So yeah, well, I'll just wait and see. Let's just go on ball to Steve. Can he pull anything off here? Yes, again. Oh, that's down the outside. And Galaxy is probably gonna settle for the DRS, try to get something back. And Marco's left the session. I think he also had a DNF. And number 95 seems to have dispatched number 15. Meanwhile, Stone's really falling back in this race, and is now now in P9 instead of P3, where he once was. Now by Marco, the Mercedes driver. Meanwhile, Paul said to the Mills in P14. His race is quite, especially down the drain. Just like with one F1's race, this also seems to be a bit screwed. What I think Yoda is going to do here, he's going to make a two-stopper, and I think Phil's going for the one-stopper and not making another stop again. But I don't. It would be so nice to see the tires of all the drivers. Tire wear would be nice to have, but we're not allowed to for some reason. Trying to look for some battles. Meanwhile, in the back of the field we have Ridwan and Vrl getting close to each other in the DRS zone, and he goes down the inside. But Vrl should be getting something back here. Can he? No, he can't. Keep battling at the back of the field. It's not for points, but you never know. 5 people will tell you're in the points, and if you're P16, you could just be missing out. Let's just go back to the midfield for now, because we have I think we have a mistake by Matthias. And he's given a position to Marco, and he's now P8 instead of P7. Meanwhile, the gap between Phil and Yoda is stable. The man who hasn't scored all season long is now on for an amazing P4 finish, but he has one of the championship contenders behind him, Steve, who after the disqualification ban worked his way for the field very nicely, unlike Jamie, who's not on the pole and is now P14. I think he had an incident, and I don't know what that incident was, but he had it, and yeah, that's basically all that for now. Meanwhile, this battle between is getting quite further away, but the battle between Steve and Chris is getting closer. Chris, who is involved in quite a few incidents, and the grab between Phil and Yoda is also getting closer to each other again, and he takes much more speed there. See where the yellow flags come from. Don't seem to be anything interesting. Meanwhile, let's just go into get rid of everything. Let's see a possible overtake or a possible crash or a possible good defending move. Oh, he's under pressure and he's bottled it. He's absolutely bottled it. And there goes your point finish on. That's your point finish. It's gone and it's all over. It's all over. That's not all over. He's still in the points, but he's gonna have to work really hard to get into that position again. And I don't see him getting it. I think the maximum is P6 for now. Unless anything crazy happens and he's into the pits. He's into the pits. I think he also has got something damage if he struggles to get into the pits. Stein, Matthijs are all into the pits. And he goes into have to wait because he has a stop car penalty and they fit the new tyre. Yellows go on the yellow car and he's come behind none of the drivers actually. He's still leading this back. And Chris, who just throws away a very good point finish here, has been put under pressure by Steve and then just throws it all away like that. It's unfortunate, but it is his own mistake. Meanwhile, the gap between Yara and Phil is only 1.4 now. Let's see yellow flags. Don't see any yellow flags. And Joey's also left the session, and Boyard meanwhile spun, and ooh, that was a crash between those guys. And meanwhile we've gone from 19 drivers to 16 drivers. Chris, who was originally in P4, has now spun and is now back in P9. Having to work back to he's having to work back to P. He's having to work himself back to P4 again. I don't see him doing that, but I think the maximum he probably could get out is P6 or P7. I think that's the maximum. .5 is the gap between Yoda and Phil. Oh, sorry. Just putting that mind control on there. Tension in between those guys. Probably could cut a knife between it. Steve into the pits. Here he goes. Keeps it clean. And I think Yoda might be getting a DRS at the end of this lap. And we have got another 12 laps to go, and I think I'm not sure what the strategy is going to be honest. I'm not sure what the strategy is going to be. 1.6 now. The gap has become bigger again in the last few corners. But he's not far off. He's not far off of that very, very important DRS. I think, of course, it's everything's starting to settle in a bit now. Or maybe not settle in, but it's. I think this is the point where the race gets a little bit more, a little bit more dull, so it can unfold again into an absolute cracker. Because Yoda should be getting closer and closer to Phil. Let's see what the CRS. CRS is 24%. I think he might be saving a bit just to get the maximum out of the DRS zone. And meanwhile, we have a lap car coming to approach us. I think that's Jamil, Paul Sisser of this race. Now P12 and about to get lapped. And he gets clean out of the way. And the gap is 1.5. It seems to be hanging around 1.5 at the end of the lap. Meanwhile, it just does keep getting closer. It's now 1.3 and it becomes 1.3 at the end of now. It is closer. Right now it's only 2/10 out of the DRS zone. Steve, so I've done quite a few positions. Galax down the inside. Oh, they need to make contact. Don't hit each other, guys. Come on. Great battling. And Galax probably gets a DRS here unless Steve was in a... Yeah, he gets a DRS. Let's go on board. Can he make a move? Yes, he does dare it, but he can't make it. Peel off. Can he make another move on there? No, he can't. Probably can't. Phil. Now the gap is 1.2 instead of 1.5 at the end of this lap. And are both gentlemen gonna be able to make it till the end of the race? I'm not sure, to be honest. I'm really not too sure. Phil on the medium compound. I think both gentlemen are gonna make it, and then I think Phil's gonna have the better tires, or he's gonna have the slower compound, but his tires are gonna be better intact. So yep, now only one second. Things are getting closer and closer. Steve meanwhile sets the fastest lap, which also worth 1.9 is the gap. He's in the DRS zone for now. His DRS is off, I can see from his steering wheel at 35 or 25%. So he has got some ERS to use. Coming to the straight. What do you think? We have battles all around the whole field, the midfield, the end of the field, but that battle between at this race between the top guys stayed out, and the other just get out of that DRS. But the battle between those top guys stayed out, but now it's here. We have it. Everybody wants and Yoda doesn't get another DRS. No, he doesn't. It's only 6/10 behind now. Is he gonna use? I think no. He's putting in two. Just constantly playing around with the ERS. You don't want to use up too much, and then we'll be left hanging at the end of the straight. Marco goes into the pits. Just focusing on this battle. I'll just go into let's get all the data away. I just focus on this battle. Meanwhile, a bit of back markers also could be getting into the mix. No, that's not gonna get filmed. DRS. Ooh, it's getting real close. Should a crash happen, it should be an absolute dramatic race. And he goes running outside. That's Phil does risk it again, going down the inside. Oh, sorry. I can't see anything here. Oh, they're side by side. Didn't make contact. Oh, Neil pushes him wide a bit there. And Yoda's passed. Can't Phil get anything back. You'll be desperate to get the place. And we're back to a normal spectator menu. He's probably got he's on a harder compound, but Yoda's tire wear should be getting worse and worse. I don't see Yoda making another pit stop. Neither Yoda or Phil making another pit stop, I should say. And it was really clean driving. Shame the camera angles let us down a bit. But yeah, from what we saw, it was really clean. Now the roles are switched again. Come down the main straight, 5 tenths between them. Yoda moves out of the way. No, I don't think he's gonna be able to make a move. No, he isn't, and it's actually gonna be really compromised. And Yoda's pass, and I think he's gonna stroll to victory at this moment. Phil gets a penalty. Stupid. That doesn't help your chances, mate. You now need to pass him and get a 3-second gap, and he nearly. He's absolutely frustrated. The tires are probably completely gone, and the gap is now 2 seconds. He needs to close down 2 seconds, and he needs to close down 2 seconds, and then pull off a 3-second gap to get victory. And let's just focus on a midfield battle then. That seems to be gone. Chris down the inside, and he breaks again a little bit too late. And that's dirty. That's dirty. Well, I'm gonna have to look at that then. And Massar's not gonna be happy with that incident. Looking to regain that spot. And Yoda's put John on a lap here. Things are seeming to settle in a bit, but it's just Formula 1. You never should ever give up. Let's see. things are seemingly settling in a bit here. Let's just have a look at penalties now, I guess. We know Phil has a 3-second time penalty. Not sure if Yoda also has a penalty plus warning. So I think that still also play for, unless Phil has warning, penalty plus warning. So both gentlemen have a 3-second time penalty. So if Phil does close down that gap, he probably does get victory. So the gap is the issue. The penalty isn't, and this doesn't really help. Come on, get out of the way, son. He's belling at him. What are you doing? Oh, what is he doing? You're ruining a race, mate. Get out of the way. You're ruining the race, mate. Get out of the way. I should have left him by way more easily. It cost him almost a full second. And yeah, referee is starting to close up to Phil Smith again. Lap 32 out of 35. Things seem to be settling in. The only way I could see anyone else getting victory on Sajota is that he has so old tires that that's too worn out and he just simply spins. He had an absolutely dominant performance from P7. Qualifying performance maybe let him down just a little bit, but he's made it all up here in the race. And he takes another very big step towards the championship. Takes a very big step towards the championship here. Increasing the gap with another 10 points. I believe. No, not 10 points. Did the math. 7 points. No, 7 points. Gets another 7 points. That's now 27 points between Phil and Yoda. And maybe after he got a bit unlucky in Austria, being hit by Beb Marcus, maybe in getting into a little incident with Mark. He's back to his winning form again, but it's not done yet. These tires are probably really old, so. And Chris spins again. Oh, Chris, unbelievable. And income now from wing. Let's see. He's losing a lot of time here, and it's goes past now. Yeah. Chris. Come on, son. He's probably got red from Dwayne. Is he gonna risk coming in, or is he gonna come in, or is he gonna risk staying out? Meanwhile, the bell for P2 is still on. Yeah, he's gonna risk staying out, but he does need to get out of the way. Oh, Phil nearly into the wall. Both have DRS. Oh, on the outside. Oh, he can't get out of the way because. Oh, but that was really intense. Cornerback car ahead of them. That's not Yoda, that's a left car in the name of Stein. And if you're still not over, we're on for a very nice last lap battle. think he's gonna hold out to the DRS and probably gonna have to break later. I think if he wants to get it done now, if he wants to get it done, he probably needs to get it done now. Chris is now also outside of the points, and there's no. We'll put it in continue, but that's not the battle we focus on. Let's focus on this. Oh, up his rear. And does he break later than him? Yes, he does, but he's on the outside, so, but he still got the DRS. And Phil has been done, and he's now in P3 instead of P2. That's another 10 place gap, and then can he get anything back here? No, he can't, because that corner is too narrow to keep your nose in there. I think Phil is his race is gonna go from worse to even worse. And he's probably ruined, no, not ruined his own race, but he's just given away P1 and P2. He fought to the absolute he fought to the absolute maximum, but it was impossible to keep those guys behind, probably. And he's gonna even increase his gap even more. And he's very deservedly gonna take victory. Dominant, starting from P7. On the soft tyres. On the medium tyres, sorry, it's on the medium tyres, and that's victory for Yoda, who extends his gap in the championship, and his championship is looking more likely and more likely to happen this season. Very well done to Yoda, and also very well done to all the other drivers. And if he finishes P2, and then Phil Smith in P3, Steve bringing it home in P4 after his qualifying ban, with Charm starts second last. Let's see, let's just put it into leader. 46 seconds behind the leader, Yoda. And meanwhile, Steve coming home to bring home a nice result after a qualifying ban, very well deserved. And then we have, he also gets the fastest lap, so that's another point. And then Marco in P6, and then Chevy in P7, who doesn't get put up on a lap. Number 1 goes P7, and then we have P8, Matthias. And that's a good result by him. P8, 4 points added to the championship tally. And that's basically the race. Not basically, that is the race. Yeah, very well deserved for Yoda. Good podium. 2 bills. Likely to take home Constructors Championship, and with this win, there might be one step closer to the championship, and I don't think he's gonna be able to give it away anymore. It's not sealed just yet. Anything could happen in the last 2 rounds. Anyway, that was Vrl Hungary. Let's just run through the last few people who finished. Yoda on P1, Ari in P2, Phil in P3, Sarah in Steve in P4, Galaxy in P5, Marco in P6, Chevy in P7, Matthias in P8, Stein in P9, and then we have John in P10, getting the last points paying position, and then we have Chris in P11, Ridwan F1 in P12, and then Jamil in P13 after starting on pole position. Boy in P14, Cornel in P15, Anifero in P16, Micro in P17, and Zevi in P18, and then Jovi in P19. I want to thank you guys for watching this stream. It was an absolute cracker of a race. Keep an eye on the VR Instagram channel to see if there are any more penalties given because of certain incidents, or maybe unfair penalties given by the game. If you want to stay up to date, if you want to know about that, then you should follow the VRL Instagram account. It's called Hot Lap Mode Vrl Ps4. And I want to thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.